Yeah, okay. All right. So are we happy to poke our sauce bottles into the pies and pasties?
Yeah, give us a little
Or
call.
do we use the plastic sachets?
Oh, you poke for sure.
As I said to you, plastic sachets will just fill up bins very, very quickly. If that was the blanket ban of the rule everywhere...
Single-use plastics are on the outer these days.
Well, it's no good for any of us, is it?
133353, give us a call. Infect them and fill them up the next day. That's pretty clean, if you ask me. Let's go to Ferreton Park. What do you think, Tim?
I'm all for the sauce bottles. I reckon they're a great idea. I was brought up in the country, that's all we ever used to have. But I've got an issue with there's a snack bars, sandwich bars. When they cut your rolls, etc. in half, they never wash the knife.
Oh, well, they're only cutting a bread roll. They're not cutting them.
Yeah, but when it's full of all your sauces, etc., like allergies, I've got a mate who's allergic to salt.
Oh, okay. So more of the allergy thing.
So that could be an issue.
Well, that's maybe a little different. Let's go to Two Wells. G'day, Jay.
How are you, buddy?
Do you like your little plastic sachet, or do you like to get the sauce bottle in there?
No, I reckon get the sauce bottle in there, fill it up like a pillow, I reckon.
Oh, no. You don't blow it up.
And then it cools it down a little bit if it's too hot sometimes when you're driving.
Oh, you get sauce all over your shirt.
Oh, yeah, but you always have a spare shirt, you know?
Yeah, good on you, Jay.
Right.
I'll take some more calls. 133353.
And it's our fault, Ruth. You don't want them. You can't make people do things. So if you go out into the market tomorrow to buy a car and you walk straight past the Holden to buy something else, it wasn't desirable enough. You didn't want it.
Yeah,
so
I know that, but we still have played a part in it shutting because we don't want them.
Right?
It's obsolete.
I'm sorry to be pedantic here, but how many every day do you go out and buy things you don't want just for the good of it?
I'm not saying because I don't want them I should buy them. I'm saying because we don't want them, they're not wanted.
I think we're on the same page here. I don't think I'm arguing against you.
Well, you sound like you are.
No, it's a supply and demand issue, isn't it? And we haven't wanted to buy Holdens for whatever reason. So therefore, they've been accused of perhaps not going with the times, not making the right cars.
Yes.
That made you and I and everyone else walk into their car lot and go, I want that car.
Yes, that's right.
So I think they've focused on the wrong things.
That's right. Yeah. Anyway, as a result of that, there's going to be heavy discounts. So the bargain hunters out there might be able to buy a Holden because they're going to have to reduce them by 17,000 a car, some of them.
I know. They're
15,000, 10,000.
Real cheap cars.
So you are going to get some bargains coming up. So bargain hunters out there, even if you don't want a Holden, you might get one cheap coming up if you're looking for a new car in the next 6 months or so. And the last one, this is a bit weird. Steven Spielberg, massive name.
Well, he always wanted his daughter to get into acting, didn't he?
Yeah, but just not porn.
Oh, is that what she's doing?
She's going. I don't know if she's rebelled against him or what, but she's heading into the porn industry.
Oh, good on her.
So, and going to produce her own movies.
Right.
So,
following in the footsteps of Dad.
Yeah. I'm not sure if he's proud or not, but there you go, Steven Spielberg.
All right. That's what's making news. Ruined. It's on Triple M, all the way from KI. I remember you driving around in a magnificent Monaro. You've had a few Holdens in your day.
Yeah, we're going to talk about this. There's a lot of passion with Holdens, and there's a lot of anger too, I think, with General Motors in America. So we're going to discuss that shortly. We've got Joe's jokes coming up in the next Ditts. We've also...
anymore, because people haven't been buying the cars for a very long time. We talk about all the stories that make us really happy about it, but they're all really old stories. And it's all about cars that were purchased 20, 30 years ago and not now.
So did Holdens not move with the times? Would you say that?
Oh no, their cars are extremely good cars. My wife drives a Holden Equinox. It's up there with the best in the SUV range. Maybe their marketing's not as great.
Involved in two major events that are coming up soon.
Mm-hmm.
I was contacted yesterday by both organisations. I'll read out a message to you here. This is from a CEO. He said, I've just spoken to our insurance company. It needs to be considered that if the event goes ahead and someone proves that they got sick or they actually die from attending the event, there'll be ramifications. In other words, the insurer is saying, we won't cover you.
Yep.
Now, that is why major events are going to start saying, it's off.
It's too big a risk.
The Doctors Association in New South Wales has publicly called today for the government to ban all public gatherings. So this means any gathering, anything, any event you're running now is in jeopardy.
Yep.
Now, I don't want to speak ill of Gallippo's, because, you know, we love the Gallippo family and the Gallippo Foods who keep winning awards, but they were to have a massive opening of their new premises. They've built a new warehouse. It was to take place next Thursday. So you and I got invited about 2 days ago. I RSVP'd, only for them yesterday to contact us again and say it's off.
Yeah, they're just not taking any risks.
No risks. They're not going to have any gathering of people together in a
Business
place.
as usual, but just no opening.
So, Roo, what does this mean for us moving forward?
It's happening with everything. Like Fox Footy aren't going to travel. The commentators aren't flying around Australia. They're just going to do it from the studio in Melbourne.
Really?
Yep. So I'll be on the boundary line for the first few games instead of being up in the box, because they're just having people on the ground in those states. Everyone's trying not to travel if you don't have to do it. Meetings are done on Skype and technology. So that's what's going to happen with schools. I've already spoken about that. The AFL season, they're going to work out today whether they're going to go ahead with that next Thursday or not. I mean, that starts next Thursday. We've heard about playing in front of...
round one could be off in the AFL.
Could be. If not, could be played in front of with no people there. It's Rory Sloane's 200th. That'd be good, running out to an empty stadium for your 200th. There's just... Things are changing by the minute, by the hour at the moment. We know that the NBA season was called off, hockey season called off, tennis tournaments
suspended.
Called off.
They're off. ATP, that's worldwide, the ATP.
So there's just stuff going everywhere at the moment.
You said earlier this morning, you made a statement about this. Just repeat what you said.
I guess it could be the biggest thing in our lifetime.
The biggest thing in our lifetime?
Well, this is what the things like the Prime Minister and Marshall are saying. One thing's health and safety of everyone. That's number one.
Yep.
Secondly, and not very far behind it, is the economy.
Which is struggling right now. And, you know...
It's about to tank, I reckon.
With all of these things, and again, we want to ask the QC about this later on this morning, what happens to everyone that's bought season tickets in the AFL? If you've got tickets to the Grand Prix, I don't know, if you were the contractor that put the grandstand up at the Grand Prix, you're going to get paid.
What do you think the Port Adelaide Football Club are doing if how much they think they lose every game they play in front of no people?
Yep, good question. So who pays for
I mean, you're involved with Oakbank, say, for instance. What happens if they have to cancel a meeting? Or if Morphettville have to cancel a meeting? Same as the Crows.
There are a lot of costs, for sure.
It's no different. Everyone's going through that. I mean, what if someone gets sick at the Alma and no one comes to the Alma? What am I doing? How am I going to pay my full-time staff?
I know.
It's the same with everyone. Everyone's thinking about it, and everyone's just trying to get prepared for it, because we were thinking it's going to come in a month or so, but it's actually coming right now.